So now that you've made sure that everything is not twisted, it's all straight, it's nice, now you want to try to get your pocket for baby judged before you even put your baby in. So take your elbow, this is a nice little trick, and kind of push out on the sling about the size that you think that baby would be sitting from you. And then just do some minor adjustments, just slightly, because obviously we're going to put baby in and we're going to adjust it. But you can lift up on the rings a little bit and that will unlock them and unlock the fabric so that you can pull more, or you can pull down and that will lock the rings and that will tighten it. And just kind of adjust it where you think that you've got a nice little pocket for baby. It doesn't have to be perfect, all right? Then you're going to take your rings and you are going to shift them up to your shoulder like a shoulder pad. I do this because, especially for me, when I adjust and tighten, my rings naturally sink lower and you want them to rest in that collarbone position when you're done. So if you start with them a little bit higher on your shoulder, then they'll be perfect when you've got your baby in. Okay, I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of room here. All right, so when you're ready, then you're gonna grab your baby. Can you say hi? Yeah. Okay, especially when you've got a wiggly one like this, make sure you always have one hand on baby when you are trying to get her adjusted into the sling. I like to have the sling on my left shoulder, so I start her on my right because you are going to have your baby on the opposite side of where your rings are. You're going to take your arm that's underneath baby and just make sure you have a hand on her. I like to grab her leg, right? Then you are going to just boost her up a little bit. You're going to pop open that sling and you're just going to drop her right in. Now you can start with the fabric kind of bunched up under her legs like this and just kind of let her sit down. Sometimes it's nice for babies who want to straighten their legs because our goal is to get a good deep seat, and that seat has to do with their bum dropping lower than their knees or an M shape. So foot to knee, back down to bum makes kind of an M shape. Okay? So right now I'm just going to bounce her down. And then I'm going to take my fabric on the top and just slide it up to the back of her neck. Now already here, she's pretty comfortable. So I just need to take some few adjustments to remove the slack. All right, so I reach around my back and take my slack from the bottom of the sling, pass it through to my other hand, and I slide it all the way up to the rings, okay? Lift baby's weight off of the sling, and then do your tightening. Just slightly remove that slack. So you're making it as easy as possible to remove that slack. Then take the top ring, move all that yummy slack around, look at that, and you're just gonna pull it down through the rings again, okay? We're gonna do that one more time because she grabbed it. And you can tuck their arms in if they want it, or you can leave them out. Okay, we're just gonna pull that slack out, okay? If you need to pull any slack from the middle, which usually is the least amount of slack that you'll have, you can just take the middle of the fabric out of the rings and you can just do a little diagonal tug. But it's usually pretty good. It's usually the top rail and the bottom rail. So then you do your checks. Once you've got baby nice and seated and she's comfy, you do your checks. You want to make sure the baby is close enough for you to kiss her. You want to make sure that you can see her nose, her mouth. You know that she's breathing. You know where her head is. She's not buried in there. She's not horizontal or diagonal. You want to make sure that she's got a nice low bum here, lower than her knees, and that you want to make sure that her feet are out and she's got that nice M position. And that is it. That is how you ring, sling, carry.